Alright, out with the old, in with the new. That's literally the entire 1998 NBA season here. Old people suck. According to 2K, nah, I love old people, but in 2K, old people suck. Seriously, the Bulls, they're done. Scottie Pippen, he's got nothing left. His back is gone. They're calling him Scottie Limpin'. And with that, the Chicago Bulls are what they were before Scottie Pippen got drafted. This is literally 1-9 in the playoffs, Michael Jordan. And Jerry Krause, he's done. He's done with these guys. They went out in the second round last season. He'd already said he wanted to build a new contender. He wants the credit. He wants a general manager shoe deal. He thinks the media is gonna love him like that. So everybody knows this is it for Chicago. This is their last dance. Or in this case, last leg. However, Jordan's not satisfied. He's still only a 4-time champion. He's not the unanimous GOAT yet. His ego is not quenched. So there is a Jordan free agency sweepstakes. Krause thinks he can do one thing better than Jordan, that's rebuild, but it looks like Jordan is gonna roast him yet again. So with Chicago falling off this hard, what even is there left in the East now? The Miami Heat are the defending champions. They're clearly the best team here. There's some nice pieces. There's Grant Hill, Penny Hardaway, Allen Iverson. This conference has a bright future, but they don't really have championship teams, or so we think. And in that case, the East is looking weak as usual. It's very on brand. It's a cakewalk. Meanwhile, the Western Conference is a bloodbath. They were one game away from beating the defending Western Conference champion Lakers last year, and they went out and got Chris Mullin. How much help does Hakeem Olajuwon need? Shaq's already 0-2 in the finals, but he shouldn't have to worry about that much longer. Kobe a little ahead of schedule. He's starting. They brought in Rick Fox, but Kobe's the future. We all know he's the future. Nobody has time to pretend he's not starting level talent in this universe. And yeah, that's a problem for the retirement home because they couldn't beat the Lakers before Kobe was playing. Chris Mullin doesn't have the lateral movement at this age to deal with this. Hakeem is still sore from them elbows last year. So that's problem number one. Problem number two is, whoops, the Wolves are way ahead of schedule. They're a lot better than they're supposed to be at this point. Kevin Garnett is the fucking MVP of the league. Doesn't look like he and Marbury are just gonna disappear anytime soon. They took Houston to an elimination game last year. How is this gonna work out? Problem number three, Utah is a finals level team. That below 50 win record is lying. That's fake news. Nobody hates Karl Malone yet, and he's still MVP level. And last but not least, a false ace seed. This Portland team is like one piece away max from being championship level. That's who Houston's gotta play in the first round. And they used a lot of energy securing that first seed. They battled hard with LA this year. It is an extremely fun rivalry, but that is the least of their problems. So that's basically the 1998 NBA season. Young guys with no supporting cast are taking over the East. Chicago's clearly about to split, so it's pretty much a clear path for the elite team. Oh yes, league officials could not be happier. Dom Too Stern is pleased. In the first round, AI versus Michael Jordan, Grant Hill, Penny Hardaway. This is the whole thing right here. This is the entire narrative. Either out with the old or in with the new, or all the new blood plays each other. One way or another, the favored matchups happen. But we still need to sell Michael, so he needs to bounce up out of Chicago. Seriously, he's still got the talent, but we really can't sell young guys with 70 overalls in the conference finals against Miami for 5 years. Anyways, Indy's out. Indy's out again. They never have to play Michael Jordan anymore, but now they get Miami every year. The Heat are like Ronin and Endgame right now. Half of the 90s East got Chicago, the other half gets us. Goddamn. New York, Jordan's not around anymore. This would be your time. No more posters, no more humiliation, and nope. Let's be real, they were gonna run into Miami anyways. And Steve Kerr just turned around before a three-pointer dropped with Allen Iverson in the frame, effectively forcing a winner-go-home Game 5. That's gonna do well for Jordan's legacy 20 years from now. Speaking of which, maybe the Bulls aren't done yet. Actually, they are done. See, Allen Iverson actually has help. They don't just keep winning 50 games for no reason. Jerry Stackhouse is a premier too. Clarence Witherspoon has a playoff mode apparently. I mean, this is cool and all, it's good to see AI eating, it's just, as long as Philly continues to contend with guys that aren't actually superstars around AI, they're never gonna be able to draft anybody. They're gonna be relying on free agency. And yeah, Jordan's gone. He took his jersey off in the tunnel. Not like he really had a choice anyways, because Jerry Krause has way too much power, but that's done. Hopefully he actually goes to a contender. And the Magic have swept Detroit. Grant Hill still has no help despite that high seed. Penny Hardaway still got a lot of the remnants of the roster that was there when Shaq was there. Minus 3D. That was kind of a footnote. He left last offseason. Somehow this is still working out. So Allen Iverson and Penny, the second round, the rematch. Two young future faces of the league battling for the right to play in the conference finals. League officials are pleased, somewhat. However, league officials are not pleased in the West. There will be no Rockets and Lakers conference finals rematch. They used all their gas in the regular season. Load management doesn't exist yet. Portland is nice, but we were trying to sell Hakeem versus Shaq, and Barkley for that matter. At least Chris Mullin doesn't have to go outside having to guard Kobe. The Jazz took care of the Kings, no referee scandals involved. The Warriors never stood a chance against LA, that was just exhibition. Plus, those guys aren't together anyways. Apparently, Latrell Sprewell punched his coach. They brought Magic Johnson in to play, but like as a player coach or something. Just trying to keep the peace. Yeah, they went outside. And Minnesota takes care of Sean Kemp and Dallas. Alright, so no Houston in the second round, but the MVP, KG, going up against the the defending Western Conference champions. A young Kevin Garnett, a young Kobe. League officials are pleased. And the Wolves just dropped both their home games quite easily. I think we all know where this is going. It should have been New York playing Miami. That was the rematch everybody wanted. This is food. Miami advances. And an extremely competitive duel between AI and Penny Hardaway. Back and forth, back and forth. The league could not have rigged this any better. Tie series too. Penny is going hard, but no sweep this time. Kobe Bryant is not on the floor. They don't have a closer. Brick Van Exel has joined the chats. Minnesota takes game 3. See, this is the problem with LA right now. It's hierarchy. Last year, it was a pretty clear thing with Nick Van Exel, Eddie Jones. Jerome Kersey didn't really need any shots, so the sets were clear, the roles were clear. You throw Kobe into that mix, all of a sudden, guys, confidence are different, their attitude is different. They're not in the same rhythm throughout the game. They're not getting the same shots. As a matter of fact, Eddie Jones hasn't been too happy about that throughout the year. I'm not sure he wants to be here. Another duel with AI and Penny. Bless you, basketball gods. Looks like Philly's gonna take this one though. Orlando splits the home games. The series is now tied. However, in theory, neither of these teams should stand a chance against Miami. Yeah, this whole thing with a young KG and Kobe has been fun. He's an MVP and he's got a clear future in this league, but it is also clear that Minnesota wasn't ready. Just as long as they don't fumble stuff on Marbury, they do have a finals appearance together in their future, we're sure. This 8-seeded Portland team upset the Rockets and had a 2-0 lead on Utah. They fumbled it. The experience is winning out the day. Also, Malone is in MVP mode. Hate him or hate him, he is hunting. He could actually put in the dagger right here and Sheed with the swat. Everybody liked that. And then Hornacek down the lane, Sabonis with the foul. That is game, that is serious. Man, if only he'd come to the NBA a couple of pounds sooner. So after getting swept in the first round by LA last year, they're now playing them in the conference finals with Kobe this year. Not sure where the upside is. And after a competitive first couple of games, Penny Hardaway is going to take the Orlando Magic back to the conference finals to play the Miami Heat, which means 3 of the last 4 conference finals teams from last year have returned. Parity. My, would you look at this? Utah is taking advantage of this non-existent pecking order in LA. They're competitive this year. The Lakers have a chance to win or take the lead here. Eddie Jones dribbling. Why is he not looking for Kobe? Why did the ball not go to Kobe? Jones won't go. Yeah, it's about time for this cat to bounce. Jerry West told Shaq, you and Kobe. He did not say you and Eddie. Also, this isn't good. This is rubbing shoulders with a Jazz and Magic finals. That we can't sell that. Penny's got no co-star. We cannot sell that. Morning's got the size advantage. Why would he go middle? A very Karl Malone-esque turnover. Penny Hardaway. How is this team competitive? These are the defending champions. They mollywopped Orlando last year. And Orlando got worse. What are we doing here? And this is what we're really doing. Yup. Miami has played perfect basketball all season, and we are gonna have to explain how the Orlando Magic got worse and made the NBA Finals. Beautiful. Also awesome, the Utah Jazz won both of LA's first home games, and the Magic followed suit. League officials are in panic mode. The Jazz and a sparse Magic roster do not sell. Miami got a home game back, and now they just have to manage to hold on to a 4-point lead with around 9 seconds. And yes, somebody had the right idea marketing Penny Hardaway as the next Jordan. Penny stocks, smart investment. However, no real plan for the end of the game. Home teams have lost every match in this series. However, all is right in the world. Miami should be at the big dance when it's all said and done. Wait, no, stop. Look at Penny Hardaway and look at the players behind him. This is what's on the finals brochure. Cool, so league officials have sent a memo out to referees that they are to, by any means necessary, carry the Lakers back from 3-1, put guys in situations to get suspended, allow questionable fouls for injuries. Shaq and Penny is officially the move. Now see, that sells. Robert Horry had a clutch play to keep the Lakers from elimination. That gave the refs just enough room to get their foot in the door. The Jazz are out. Second straight year at the hand of the Lakers. So although this finals ain't all the way believable and nobody knows how Orlando beat Miami, Shaq and his up-and-coming duo partner versus Shaq's old duo partner, that sells. Oh, that sells. Penny Hardaway just blocked him. That is going to go perfectly on the championship DVD. The narratives are going to be beautiful. And yeah, again, nobody knows how Orlando beat Miami, so nobody's asking how the hell they're up 2-1 in this series either. Either it's all believable or none of it is. LA down, Kobe from the top won't go, and Shaq cleaning up the mess. That may set a trend. LA's just gotta hold this lead a little bit longer. Kobe, ISO situation off glass won't go, and Shaq couldn't get it this time. And down on the other end, his replacement can. Ronnie Cycli, the Shaq replacement, helping Orlando possibly take a 3-1 lead on the Lakers in the finals. Kobe's just like MJ. He takes these things personally. All the criticism, the floater. So young, yet with the game on the line, at the line, he's the calmest in the arena. Hardaway, good idea. He's got the size mismatch. Takes Nick to the fade, won't go, and that should be game. Lakers should be going back to the form with a tied series. It's a free throw game now. And who better to take these shots than Nick Van Exel? That's game, and if the Lakers somehow lose this, he is Nick Van exiled. It's It's a contract year. They're just gonna have to choose to pay Eddie. Okay, so the cameras just went out in the arena, and or the stupidity that led to this situation has been redacted, and it turns out this is the real Nick. I guess one of them had to lose their confidence in the final series. It was just fate. Word is they're going with Kobe this time. Eddie had his chance. Kobe is wide open. He is kind of far back. At least it wasn't an air ball. However, there is trouble in paradise. Eddie's not happy that shot didn't go to him. He hasn't been happy with his shots this year. So the official excuse of why they're losing to an insanely inferior roster will be chemistry. And based off previous experience, the Magic may be able to edge this one out later in the game, and there is redemption. Game 6 and Game 7. Are we about to watch 2 3-1 comebacks by the same team? That doesn't feel believable. This also doesn't feel believable. Penny Hardaway, who sustained no injuries, who has been able to allow his talents to blossom, has carried a below average roster to the NBA Finals, where he won Finals MVP and the title. He could do it. Why couldn't Grant Hill? Nonetheless, for the time being, we officially have a new face of the league. Shaq is 0-3 in the finals and is reportedly frustrated on waiting for his co-star to develop. This championship is sweet for Penny Hardaway, but he always acknowledged that when Shaq was with him, it was his team, so this really hurts Shaq more than it helps Penny feel good. Possibly. He's probably reveling in the fact that the dude who ditched him for a new partner, it's really not working out between them. In a petty way, that has to feel good. Petty Penny. Oh, they're calling him Petty Penny. The man has got commercials and everything based off this. Shaq, you fucked up. Shouldn't have been chasing the bag, and movies, and music. The one who was solely focused on basketball is on top right now. We'll see how long that lasts though. And Chris Mullin will retire ringless. That was his final chance, and they went out sad. In this extremely stacked draft, the Celtics have won the lottery. There's around 3 franchise-changing picks here possibly, so it's kind of difficult to mess this up. Bruh. Psych, that was later. Boston picks Vince Carter. Can't really be mad at that either. Technically, nobody actually knows what is the definitive best pick here yet. The only thing anybody knows is that Paul Pierce does not look right in a Nuggets jersey. That's disgusting. And with the 3rd pick, the New Jersey Nets will select Dirk Nowitzki. They've got a thing for European shooters. The success of his career will totally depend on the next few years and what management does with the draft and free agency. Otherwise, this might be a waste. Oh, the Grizzlies had T-Mac and just paired him with Rafe LaFrentz. Stretch 5, maybe he's gonna put up some numbers, but I don't know, there might have been a better pick. Possibly Antoine Jameson, who the Cavs have selected to possibly disappoint them years earlier than he actually did. Ray Ralston to the Spurs with David Robinson, I guess. The Sonics lost Sean Kemp and they probably just lost this draft. They select Bonzi Wells 1 pick before Rashard Lewis. Fate tried to make it happen. So the Toronto Raptors, who have an elite interior presence with Tim Duncan and Marcus Camby, now have an outside shooter flanking them in Rashard Lewis. The Raptors are literally 1 or 2 good pieces away from contending. Better than the NBA draft is this year's free agency. Apparently, the Phoenix Suns did not see the need for 2 point guards, so they let them both go. League officials don't know how that happened. They also don't care because they are pleased. Jason Kidd signs a contract with the Detroit Pistons. One of the players battling for face of the league now has a legitimate superstar point guard, and he has help, so the Hill fanboys gotta stop now. Steve Nash liked what he saw out of the AC Portland, who were clearly better than an AC. He now runs point for Sabonis. Rasheed Wallace. That team is probably on track to be making a run in a year or 2. Ronnie Cycli left the Magic. He doesn't care about no damn championship. He's not a legacy player. He got a bag. The Clippers, instead of giving an old Dominique Wilkins a bag, gave an old Clyde Drexler a bag. Houston has totally fallen apart. That's also a very Clippers thing to do. And the Bulls breakup happened right on schedule. Orlando is reportedly changing their name to the Chicago Magic as they have grabbed Luke Longley and Dennis Rodman. That's on top of already having Horace Grant, Scott Burrell. If they go on to win the championship now, it kind of makes sense. Oh, wait, before Chicago talk, Eddie Jones left. He was sick of that Lakers culture. He told the Lakers to choose and they did. They chose Kobe and Nick Van Exel. That's more shots for Kobe. He's really about to break out now. And he went to the Cavs. Jokes on him. He thinks he's proving a point. Actually, the Cavs are starting to look decent. They've drafted 2 okay pieces and got Eddie Jones. They may be worth an NBA TV slot in 1999. Okay, back to important news. Scottie Pippen uses his later years to go to Philly. He sees what's happening there. That's what they needed because the Sixers were not going to be able to draft. Jerry Stackhouse is nice, but he's not the other star. If Pippen can stay healthy, you've now got AI, Jerry Stackhouse, and Scottie. They've lost some pieces, but overall this looks like an improvement. This just may take them over the edge. And being that Scottie Pippen was not available for the Rockets, they shot even higher. Michael Jordan takes his talents to the Western Conference. Houston, Jordan, Barkley, and Olajuwon say not so fast to the young guns. That is how we end the stream. That is proof that the Orlando Magic championship never happened. They didn't even get their own banner. That's all the proof I need that 1998 did not actually have a champion. And with that, I bid you adieu.
Here at their home, Amway Center. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Berry and Greg Anthony. We got David Aldridge.